What is up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat, and we are here at the Nerd Castle again today, playing the next episode in Dungeon Dashers. In the last episode, we gotten some new abilities. In fact, Ryder has been just getting the lion's share of all the cool stuff lately. He's got all kinds of new tricks to play around with. You'll forgive me. Oh, never mind. I don't want to go back. What are you doing, Dungeon Dashers? They're like, don't play me. I don't want to be played today. I need a day off. All right, let's go ahead and start the game up. And I didn't read what the next Walking Dead. Gotcha. Any conversationalism occurring? No! Alright, well then, there's the appearance of like either the ground has a fairly serious issue of muddy acne or those are spike pits, and I'm strongly inclined towards the latter. I'm kind of afraid to step on these, actually. So we've got an encounter already. I wonder if the spider steps on the spikes. Ew, I don't like to think about that at all. Well then. Yeah, that's what I was slightly worried about. But now what do we do? Ew, you can step across them, but they hurt you. That was one of those things that I had like never tested up until this point. And so I suppose it's kind of one of those like don't live and learn type situations. Oh, there's necromancers. Well, let me see. There's probably a switch somewhere else that'll close that down, maybe? We have to go through a back door somewhere, but I wonder how many skeletons they're actually going to be able to tangibly spawn before this just gets completely out of order. Let's go ahead and see if we can find our way around in a different direction. Ooh, there's a treasure chest hiding behind a rock. It's okay, shy little treasure chest. Let me loot your goodies. Let me reach inside of you, treasure chest. He's like, no! Buy me dinner first. Let me go down this way maybe then? Okay, so it looks like we've got an encounter. And I think what I'll do is I'm actually going to back her off as far as I can anyways. 76% chance we didn't manage to land that one, but the second one flew true. And so he has now tasted the fiery fury of our flamey spellies. I'm gonna stick him right here, and then I'm gonna pop his guard mode, just to make sure that if anything tries to sneak through, we don't end up too beat up. I'm kind of wondering if those skeletons are sort of like a time limit on this whole thing, because they are spawning a lot of skeletons. This is turning into like a Dominion 3 type situation. God. Some serious Dom 3 action. If you guys have ever played Dom, it's like a strategy game, and there are certain characters that can spawn like thousands of skeletons like in one sitting. And it's humorous when it happens, but they make some pretty powerful armies. It's a strategy game that I am far too terrified to jump into. Maybe someday. But if you're really into like the most deep strategy you've ever seen, check out Dom 3 maybe. But for now, we're playing Dungeon Dashers, so what am I doing? I'm totally talking about like different games while I'm in this game. Poor form. Piss poor form, in fact. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this if he ends up just like spawning and filling the whole room. I don't think that that's like necessarily what's gonna happen. Hopefully they'll step across the spikes and just like kill themselves, because it did 17 damage to each person that walked through. And that is a lot of damage. I'm gonna try and gather the party down here really quickly. And it might also be worth doing to have Arden hang out in the back and just fire things at the enemy as they come towards us. Never hurts to have a little bit of the old attrition, so let's do that. There we go, blasting him. He's a skeleton, but for whatever reason they shoot bloody bits everywhere when you kill him. Maybe the artist's rendition is being overly generous on the bony aspects of their physique. I realize I probably could have just like stepped on that, and I just realized it just now. Kind of one of those funny things. Just doing like a little dance, like jockeying for position. I really want to see if when they step across the spikes it's going to kill him. Oh, never mind. Maybe I've detoured. That forced them to take a detour, unfortunately. I'm going to stab this guy in the back really quickly. A couple times, in fact. Well, nah. Let's get out of the way. Run! We ride in the opposite direction. And they've only got like 8 AP, so there's no way they're going to be able to do anything to us on the first turn. Means we can basically just backpedal and annihilate them. And that's how it's done. Maybe take the warrior down in here. Might get a hack in. There it is. Getting a couple good swings in. What's the fun of being a warrior if you can't occasionally like cleave something in half? That seems to be a large part of the job title. Alright, we're getting too many of these guys here. We need to actually like Maybe like speed this along slightly. There we go. Let's get back to our turn, the important turn. I'm gonna go ahead and knife him straight to his face because we disrespect him on that level. I also think I should probably check behind this tree really fast. Nothing there, but you gotta make sure. They're always trying to sneak something past you in this game. Every time I miss a chest, it makes me want to cry because it could potentially have like a new pokey item in it that could dispense the pain and bleeding on my foes. What was that? It was like a little frosty burst over there. Another encounter, this time with the zombies. A lot of zombies, actually. Luckily, they only have 4 AP, so I'm not that terrified of them, or the premise of fighting them. They seem to hit pretty hard, though, if they do manage to close with you. Let me speed this along here, because I know you guys aren't interested in watching 700 skeletons take their turn. This is turning into a cleanup mission that's definitely going to require some kind of AoE capacity if we continue down this path. Let me see what kind of damage I can get done here. Don't respawn. I tried to warn him. Do you really want to go through this pain over and over and over again, zombie? I mean, if you do, that's fine. Respawn. It's going to end the same way for you every time. Put a couple arrows on the skeleton there, and then end her turn. I love the fact that I can shoot through my own guys. That does bring me joy and satisfaction in ample amounts. And qualities that are both considerable. Let's go ahead and bypass their turn. And it's now Sir Jacob's turn. I'm gonna have him, I guess, just fight these guys straight to their face. What else can we do? God, this is gonna be a crazy skeletal battle once we get up in there. Luckily, both rooms look like they can be fairly easily pipelined. Like, you can really, like, kind of pinch the exit, hold the gap, and I think we should be alright, but still, that is a lot of skeletons. We have nothing to fire at, so we're finally gonna have to step in here and get real with these guys. And getting real seems to have worked out pretty well for us. Managed to blast them into tiny little pieces. And let's step on into this room and let's at least get rid of one of these necromantic threats before they manage to make our lives even worse. Luckily for all of their skills, they don't seem to have the ability to open doors. A fact for which I am incredibly thankful. When I pray to Santa right before Christmas, I'm gonna be like, "Dear Santa, oh no, they can open..." Okay, they do have the talent to open doors, right after I said they didn't. But anyways, I was gonna be like, "Dear Santa, thank you for making skeletons not able to open doors. That brings me joy in copious amounts." Let's go ahead and get everybody into a position that I like here. There we are. And this should work out pretty well, I think. I mean, the fight is gonna be both long and slightly tedious because they are spawning a lot of enemies. And I think the victory here really relies on the fact that we get in there and like snipe one of these guys quickly. I mean, they're only spawning 1 per turn, so long as we get rid of more than 2 per turn, we should be alright. And I think with our combined attacks, we'll probably kill off a ton of them. Since we've got a full turn coming up right here, I'm actually gonna start stabbing away. I probably should have AoE'd now that I think about it. Well, damn. That's what I get. So there's a couple of skeletons down. Sir Jacob's turn here. There we go. I want him facing the right direction. I don't really know if he's susceptible to backstabs, but I prefer not to find out. That skeleton might get to us. Oh, well, not quite. He got to us, but... Oh, there it is. I knew somebody was going to hit us on this turn. It was Ibidabidabo. And the rest of the skeletons are just going to waste their turn kind of bouncing around. The filtration process, the skeletal filtration process, seems like it's going to be kind of long-winded. Unfortunately, since Ryder's got the first turn, I'm tempted. Right now, I really do want to run up on... He loses 20 HP for 10 more AP. I do want to run up on that Necromancer and snipe him, but I think I'm going to play it safe for now. There we go. Killing 2 with 1 turn. Definitely something that I'm very, very much attracted to. Fire a couple arrows towards the inner circle here. And see, maybe he can kill 2 more. If he can, then it may be time at least to come in here and take 1 swing. Oh wow, they've got a lot of HP. So we're going to play a dancing game for now. And just like really hope that they don't have any healing abilities. We are thinning the herd fairly well, and if you can hear those sirens, I apologize. Apparently the world is ending outside. It would seem as though my apartment is like front and center stage to a Michael Bay film or something. I don't know. I feel like Michael Bay jokes are turning into like the Michael Jackson jokes of modernity. I feel like I should really kind of back off those. Like I find myself using them all the time, and I feel like I'm just being completely and totally cliche now every single time I do it. You know, there's nothing like too wrong with being cliche. Sometimes cliche is the best you've got, but take a swing at him and then get him out of the room again. And there we are. I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. We're going to continue whittling away. A little bit more damage taken, so whittling may not be the best option, but that's the way I'm going to play it. Because you guys know me, just a big old Tortuga. Okay, I wish I really do sincerely wish that Ryder's turn was not first. The fact that his turn is first brings me chagrin. The temptation right there was to take a shot, but I'm not going to do it because that would leave him with 1 AP to retreat back out. Which I think realistically leaves him in a very disadvantaged position. How much HP does this thing have? I think we might be able to press claims in this room at this point. They may not be de facto, but they might be de jure if we get really lucky. There we go. So a single Necromancer is now laid low. And when it comes to not getting laid, I guess I'd prefer being laid low versus not at all. Just a little bit of humor there. Just a little bit of the old humor. AoE's gonna wipe out a couple skeletons there. No arguments from me. Very happy with that outcome. Get rid of a few more skeletons, and I think that leaves us in a really, really good spot. Oh, and he's still got a turn too. Fantastic. This Necromancer has now got to be feeling quite scared in addition to being bald. But it's okay. It's okay. I'd be scared too if I had a bunch of crazy adventurers coming towards me with knives and swords and everything else, and all I could do is summon a skeletal army to stop them. The fact that I could summon a skeletal army in the first place would be pretty badass, though. I mean, who wouldn't want to summon a skeletal army? I'd be down. I think I'd actually prefer zombies, though. If I could summon those, it might make me a little happier. Just comparing and contrasting. I mean, I think the skeletons are kind of held together by magic. They don't actually have, like, any tendons or, like, ligaments or anything. So I think that makes them a bit more resilient. But at the same time, zombies can only be killed by, like, a headshot, right? Assuming they're not infected. Here, we're actually going to put as many arrows on him as we can. There we go, and we've survived the entire awful undead ordeal. And we're out of combat, so let's check behind all the trees and all the goodies here. I don't see anything. Part of me wonders if I could have stopped that spider up front by running out and killing him before he stepped on the button, but I just don't think I had enough AP to do it at the start. Let me take a look and make sure that I've hit every single corner down here, because I often forget in the throng of combat about little side excursions. Nope, looks like everything's pretty much where we wanted it to be. Try getting everybody into position here. I need to grab my treasure, and then we'll go back on over to Arden. There we go. Let me get everybody arranged. And there it is. The aha moment of truth. I think my plan in this case is going to be to guard with my warrior. He's going to hold the pass there. Let's see if he can actually make it over here to kill. Oh, there's two of them. Well, that's weak sauce. Sauce of both the weakest and thinnest variety. Luckily, our dodge skills got us through, so I'll take it. Not gonna complain at all. I'll take it. Okay, so it's archery turn. Let's go ahead and shoot that guy. Obviously, we can take a shot right there, so I am gonna take it. Step her back. Let's take Arden into the room. We want to kill everything we can while he's set up right here. And then we're just going to use Sir Jacob as a shield for now because he's got so much HP. Only 4 damage from the big ol' spider. 7 damage cumulative. Oh no, there's another set of Necromancers, so they're gonna put me on the run. One more time, we are on the lam. I suppose I'll just use every little bit of AP to get rid of this mob. I don't really see any other decisions right there. We need him, like, out of the way. Oh, there's a little spider. Maybe give him a couple. Yeah, there it is. He's nice and deaded up. Let's see if we can find a way. Let's have a look and see where the switch to that is going to be. Okay, it's going to be over there. But one thing that most people I don't think, well, maybe you will, if you're more strategically oriented than me, I wouldn't have thought about this had it not kind of just popped into my head just now. We need to block those entrances with somebody. And I think Sir Jacob is going to be our candidate. So we're going to block that entrance. We're going to take Ryder, and we're going to block the other entrance with him. And then I think we'll send our elf on out. Yeah, we're going to send January, whatever her name is. We're going to send her on out to step on the button. And also grab treasure. Because I'm not going to leave it behind. Like, why would I do... That is a big old bug on the ground right there. I think I pointed that out in another episode, though. Big old bugs. Couple of bobs up in here. I am slightly interested on how the AI would work if they actually filled that whole room up with skeletons. Like, would they just stop spawning them? I wonder how the code works. You'd have, like, stacking skeletons. The worst kind of skeletons. Skeletons with a Lego bent. Alright, so we've got a couple of areas to think about here. He's obviously going to take some damage there, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going to take damage on both sides, but this might be the final kind of blockage until we escape, so this might be the final push, I suppose. A little bit more damage done. I do really, really, really need her back down and in here, unfortunately. I think on that turn I would rather eliminate skeletons than anything else. Considering the Necromancers don't ever seem to deal damage, they just kind of spawn more things that do more damage. And the ones they spawn don't get a turn their first turn up, so it's kind of a Magic the Gathering type deal. Bit more damage done. Let me get in behind this guy. See how much pain I can distribute before we run out of AP. Obviously, okay, we're not going to lose anybody, but we're getting close. We're definitely on the rough end of the razor here. Okay, so down they go. How are our injuries looking? So it's mostly just Sir Jacob that's pretty beat up. Well then, there's the end of the level. Let me make sure that we've searched everything. Is there a treasure chest back behind, like this little knob? No. Okay, now that we've ruffled through the knob. Is that thing, what is this? No? Alright, well I'm going to assume that there's no more treasure in this place. I don't see any other like little alcoves or anything that are kind of hiding from me. We've checked every single room as I recall. That one included. So let's go ahead and step on the final buzzer and we'll call it quits for the day. Alright, we got everything. Let's go to our customized characters screen because obviously you guys are interested in anything new we may have uncovered. Got a new spell for Arden. I'm kind of interested to see if he gets himself like a new AoE at any time soon. Chain Lightning. Systematic Hydromatic Lightning has a short range of 5 tiles. I wonder if that bounces in between things though. It doesn't like the description right there. It's more being goofy, but I don't know if it jumps in between things that are within 5 tiles of one another, but we'll hold on to it for now. There's no point in not putting it in our inventory. Ooh, we found new plate mail. Boneweave Dragon Scale. Badass. Looks like it's going to give him some extra points, but he loses physical resistance from it. I think he also gains speed, so he'll get a little bit faster. We'll play with it on this mission. If we don't like the way it goes, we don't like the way it goes. And that looks like that's going to be it. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for very much for joining me in this playthrough of Dungeon Dashers. This got caught up in my own head right there. You ever have that happen where you're like talking or you're otherwise just thinking about something and you just get caught up in the maze-like labyrinth of your own mind. That just happened mid-sentence to me. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me in this playthrough of Jigsaw's Dungeon Dashers. We played Walking Dead today. The link is down below. I will see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.